Hello everybody, it's Murialda here once again, and welcome back to a figure unboxing. Woohoo! We have a nice big giant box because there is a nice giant figure in here, and she was not on the pre-order list for on the tour. So yeah, this is a figure that I decided I really wanted. And I mean, I thought about her for a long time, and then I just decided I really wanted her. So I got her, and she is now here. Let's go ahead and get this box open. This box, I've been following the UPS truck on the map since like 11 o'clock today, and it just now got here at 6:45, and by now it's 7 o'clock already. So yeah, it's been very annoying. The UPS truck has been just driving around the neighborhood across the street that whole time, going down the same streets, going back to the buildings and everything. Finally got here. So we've got a piece of cardboard, and we've got a figure in a box that looks like it fills this whole box pretty much. And there she is. So let's go ahead and get this out of here, if we can. And there we go. And let's go ahead and rip the tissue paper off like it's Christmas. Yes, this is definitely a big box, even for 1/4 this big. So, in front of us, we have Bay. And as I said, this is a big box. Let's shove her back a little bit further, tilt the camera up. Still not all in frame. But yes, this is Bay from Goddess of Victory Nikke. She is a 1/4 scale figure manufactured by Freeing, part of their B-Style line. Bay released originally on November 25th of 2025. I got her at Good Smile Global. She was available at Ami as well, but after figuring in tariffs and shipping and everything, she was just a little bit cheaper at Good Smile. So I wound up ordering her on New Year's Eve, December 31st of 2025, and paid the same day. Since Good Smile was on their end-of-year holidays, she did not ship until January 6th of 2026, but I got her today on January 7th. So Bay is not cheap. She is actually pretty expensive, which is why I didn't order her originally. She cost $276.99, plus $34 for shipping, because Good Smile has raised their flat rate shipping since then. And then you have to pay the tariff, so $55.40 orange tax plus $15 UPS fees. This figure does have a partner figure, which I don't like as much. She's just as expensive. I won't rule out getting her in the future, but we have Clay as well. So right now, no, I'm not getting Clay, but like I said, I won't rule her out in the future. I'll go ahead and spin the box. So we got a nice silhouette of Bay. On the side, we have a nice full body shot of her. I'm going to have to move the camera quite a bit in this video, it looks like. There's the back with a bunch, the warnings and a bunch of promo shots. Spin her again for another full body shot, this time more of a front view. Put the camera down, spin, tilt. There's the top of her box. And there is the bottom of the box. So yay. And like I said, there is the Clay figure, which I may get in the future, I may not. They're expensive, they take up a lot of space. But if we maybe do this, come on. I had it. I had a picture of them both together. Let me get that back up. I know this is a super interesting video, but there is what they look like together. Do 1x zoom. So yay. Like I said, may get her in the future, may not. I'm also considering Flair's versions of these two as well. Not this regular non-scale, more like 1/7 scale. And I've also seen unboxings of Bay, and she's got a big, giant, boring white base. And I thought about it, and I went on Amazon. I bought some fake grass. So I'm going to try to make her base a little bit more interesting. Arts and Crafts with Murialda. You're probably not going to see it, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let's get her open. So there are 3 seals, of course. Heavy-duty corrugated cardboard box, which makes sense because this is a heavy figure. And a big figure. Go ahead and pop the lid. We see the blister. There is quite a bit of empty space, but they want to make sure she arrives safe. Inside of the box is just plain white cardboard. Go ahead and set that off to the side. There. And there is Bay in her blister pack. Can't really see much right now, but anyways, there's the instructions she comes with. So we have Bay, we have her ponytail, we have pom-pom hands, and we have a base. So you put her ponytail in, you put her pom-poms on, you put her on the base, and she's assembled. So yeah, set that off to the side. Zoom back out. There we go. So there she is from the front. There she is from the side. And the back, like I said, big giant plain white disc. And back to the other side. And back to the front. So Bay is quite the busty girl. She's quite the thick booty and thigh girl. And her cheerleader outfit is very small. So she's not exposing anything, but she is quite exposed. So there is a separate blister, so let's go ahead and cut some of this apart so we can get the separate blister out. Come on. Some tape there. Come over to this side. Just unwrap it a little bit. And then down here, unwrap it a little bit. And then there's a piece of tape there. And I think, yep. So that's what Bay looks like from the back with just her body. In this one, there is her ponytail and her base. So let's try to pop this open. Come on. Release. Okay. So we'll go ahead and pull out her base. It's still quite cold because it's winter and it just got here a few minutes ago. Big giant base. Big giant metal peg and a little plastic peg. And then a solid chunk of plastic for support. And this does appear to be attached pretty firmly, so it'll make arts and crafts that much more difficult. Next, we'll go ahead and pull out her ponytail. So, very long ponytail. And it's got some protective plastic and some foam, keeping things separated. Get that all pulled apart. Lots of little strands and sharp tips. Yep, they're pretty sharp. I don't think they're quite stabby sharp, but you still want to be careful, especially because of how fragile this will be overall. Go ahead and set that down. Get this blister out of the way. Now let's move on to the main blister. So we'll go ahead and lay that down. Yes, there is tape. Go ahead and pop this open. Some of this sticky plastic, pretty much just saran wrap. but still, there's that, and then one more piece. Okay, so there's some extra bubble wrap. We will pull out first her pom-poms. This is one point of sadness, and well, not sadness, but I wish they had. I'm knocking the camera over. I wish instead of just giving you pom-poms, they also gave you hands, because I think she would look good with her hands out as well. I mean, the pom-poms will be fine, but you don't see her hands. And I think like the option would be nice. So here is one of the pom-poms. This is actually quite heavy. When I zoom, you can see the peg hole for her arm. So, and if we look up there, you might be able to see like she is wearing gloves. Again, it would be nice if we had the option of hands. Set that one down. Pull out the other one. Pretty similar. You got the red and white tassels and everything. You got the peg hole. You can see her gloves. She's got like little studded knuckles up there. And actually, you might even be able to see a finger up there. So, yeah, they could have given us hands. Oh well. Next, we'll just go ahead and pull out the main star of the show, May. And set her down. Get some of this foam back in place so that we can get the blister out of the way. Okay, moving on to Bay. She does have some bags around her arms and around her leg, and then there's another one around something, probably her other leg. Set her back down. Get that out of the way. Get these out of the way. And now we can move on to detail shots. So, again, she is tall, so I'm going to have to... This is a little awkward. So she has a very cute face. I don't know if you can see it or not, but if you look at her eyes, they have little red stars in the pupils. And then they're like blue and brown as well, but that was a nice little touch. She's got a mole on the corner of her eye, little beauty mark, and one on her chin. She has a happy girl open mouth smile because she is a cheerleader after all. She does have little fangs and teeth and a tongue. On her cheek, she does have a yellow star under that hair. She is kind of a dark-skinned girl. Really, she's just really tan, it looks like to me. If we look at her headband, it's like a sweatband, and you can see like the terry cloth texture on it. So that's nice there. She's got kind of that intake style hairstyle, so that's one thing I really like. She does have a hoge as well. She's got a collar, kind of like a turtleneck collar, and then it's got a little spiky dog style collar with a giant lock. Spin her around to the back, and we see her ears peeking out behind her hair. And we see her outfit. The clear plastic on the top of the outfit, for me, that is a plus and a minus. So I wish it was just nothing there. But it looks, I've seen like garage kits of her and they've painted this solid white and it looks better being clear. So yay. She's got a pin on her shirt that has the R for the Rewind Cheer Squad. And, you know, that's what her shirt says. Looking over here, we see another mole on her armpit. It's got a nice long arm. You can see muscles and elbows sculpted in there. And the peg that goes into the pom-pom. The other arm is more bent. And you've got a little bicep showing there. Don't really see any cleavage from the front. But then when you tilt her down, She's got quite the bit of under boob cleavage. Can I drop the light down so we can get a little bit better lighting? And a little bit of gap up there. And I do like that little V notch right there. She has a nice toned athletic belly. Again, another beauty mark on her belly next to her navel. And you can't have a vacuum sealed belly button if there is nothing to vacuum seal it in. And then we also see on her hips tan lines. So yes, she is definitely a tan girl, and she's got tan lines. She's got little tiny underwear with little bows on the side. She's got a Band-Aid on her hip. She's got several Band-Aids. There is another one on her arm. If we look at her back, oh look, there is another beauty mark. Very good spine line, and you can see her rib cage. Over here with how she's bending, you can see the wrinkles in her skin. Same if we look from the front. So a little bit of extra flesh there. She's got a nice red pleated skirt, again with the little badges, a black one this time for the rewind, and some hearts. Over on the side of the skirt, again it says rewind, and then it has a nice big gap. It's nice and open, and it's buckled right there, and it's got a little black strap. Going back to the back, we do see a hint of booty crack peeking, and then the rest of the pleated skirt. Going down to her thigh, yes, she has some thick thighs and very nice booty. If we look underneath, oh look, there is another beauty mark and very tiny underwear. We do see kind of the flesh on the side peeking out a little bit, and her booty is eating it. Again, we got another nice thick tan thigh with a nice garter with a little big giant bow on it. And you can see it is tight. It is squeezing her thigh. We've got another Band-Aid, and then we've got her stocking. This one is just a normal length. It is ripped over her calf. The other stocking is a thigh-high one. Got the Rewind logo again, and again it is ripped, and it is textured to look like actual stocking. Personally, I do kind of think it looks more like 3D print lines than stocking texture, but it's supposed to be stocking texture. Looking at the back, you can see like where the seam line or the mold line was, and they've sanded it down, but under the bright lights, it does kind of look pretty crappy, especially with the texture going on right next to it. Nice knee on her. In the promo shots from certain angles, the kneecap looks like it's giant, but on the actual figure, it looks pretty good. Moving on to Bay's shoe. Yes, we've got more Rewind Cheer Squad shoes. Nice lacing on it. They definitely look like tennis shoes. Got the little air holes on the top of the toe box. Got the logo. They are high tops. Got some good tread up there. Looking at the bottom, again, it says Rewind and very good sole tread on it. Moving on to the other foot. You can see the logo a little bit better. Logo on the outside and on the inside. And then you got the toe. She is standing up on her toe on this one, doing her little cheer routine. And then we've got the peg holes on the bottom. Rewind written on it again. And yeah, that's like the detail shots of Bay. She does have a anti-shrink temporary peg in the back of her head. That is where the ponytail will plug into. So, I'm going to set her down. And what do? I'm going to pause the video and then see what I can do about craft time, and then we'll come back and we'll either have grass or we won't have grass. So be right back. Okay, we are back. Craft time with Murialda has been successful. So I cut out the little hole for her foot pegs and everything, and then cut a circle. It's a little bit big right now, so I can always trim that up later. But I think that's going to make her look so much better, having some grass instead of just that plain white base. So let's go ahead and get Bay assembled now. So tilt the camera down, adjust the supports so that it maybe does not fall over. Oh, I don't think we ever actually did the upskirt from the front. So yes, she has very small underwear. And another Band-Aid and mole. I don't know if we showed that mole off or not. But let's go ahead and get her foot lined up. Lines up pretty easy. And hopefully I got the toe box cut out enough in the grass. There we go. So as we can see, she is heavy, so she is a little bit wobbly since she is standing on only one foot. Let's go ahead and tilt the camera up now. And actually, we'll do our best to actually stand it up even higher. Yes, shaky cam. Go ahead, twist her a little bit. We'll take the little space or anti-shrink peg out. Throw that over there. We'll go ahead and put her ponytail in now. This is keyed in an L shape, so it should only go in one way. There we go. Nice, easy assembly there. And now, let's see. This one's kind of an L and this one's kind of a T. So if we look at the peg holes here, this one is kind of that, you see, it's kind of like an upside down T. So that goes on her lower arm. Go ahead and just pick her up so I get a little bit more purchase and shove it in. Spin around so I can kind of see. Okay. And then if we look at this one, it looks very similar, but it's less of a T and more just a squircle with a corner cut out. So that'll go on this arm. And when in doubt, you can kind of tell by the direction that the pom-pom fringes are falling. Just think of how gravity would work, and that'll help you figure out which arm goes on, which pom-pom goes on which arm. Okay, the camera is in the way. There we go, that's pretty much assembled. And that is Bay assembled. Isn't she so cute? And a very, very busty girl, and very beautiful and thick-thighed girl. And if we look down, we see just how big her base is. This turntable again, I'm American, so I'm going with inches. It's pretty much 12 inches wide. So I would say the base is more like 10 and a half, 11 inches. So yay. But anyways, now that she's assembled and craftified, we can do some spins and look at her. So let's go ahead and shove her back. And do a zoom out, I guess. Maybe we can pull her closer now. Maybe adjust exposure. We'll see. Anyways, let's spin. So yeah, she is definitely a happy girl. I don't play Nikke. I did kind of read her backstory though, and I guess she is socophobic or whatever. She's actually has a fear of people looking at her. But I guess since she is a cheerleader, she kind of gets pumped up when they do as well. But yeah, I think she looks pretty good. And I spent a long time like, do I want to buy her? Don't I want to buy her? You know, trying to go positives and negatives. Positives, I love the ponytail. Ponytail is the best hairstyle ever. I love the tan lines. Obviously the boobs and the butt. They could stand to be a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I love her happy girl face. Just The pose looks great. I like the cheerleader theme. I love how the skirt's open on the side. I do wish she had hands. I've said that before. Boobs could be a little smaller. Base could be better, but we can always fix that. And again, the stocking kind of looks like 3D print lines, even though that's supposed to be the texture. And, you know, everything just leaned towards buy her. The price and this space hogginess, that was a negative, but it wasn't enough to say no. So let's zoom in a bit and spin certain regions. So let's zoom in some more. Okay, so I guess we gotta kind of hold the phone to do this. So there is her face. Oh, another thing I didn't mention is she does have red strand in her hair. And you can just tell, just spinning her, how wobbly she is. The hair has been sculpted very nicely. I love the way that it flows. And again, I like that hair vent intakes hairstyle. Now we can set the phone down maybe and spin her chest region. She is definitely showing off quite a bit of under boob and side boob. Again, that clear plastic part of her top, I do wish it was just not there, but I think it looks better than if it was painted white. And it gives us a little bit more view of her spine line. Her shoulder blades are pretty much hidden. I'll go ahead and tilt down to her waist region. And again, I love those tan lines. And she's got a very nice, milky, smooth-looking waist and belly region. She is a very fit girl, that is for sure, but she also has, you know, just the right amount of squishy. And then we can tilt down and zoom out now. And we'll spin her leg region. And yeah, I think the grass effect adds a lot to it. This is definitely very shedding. So I made quite the mess as I was cutting out the circle and cutting out the foothold and everything. But I think it looks better. So let's go ahead. Now we'll take the camera out and do some handheld shaky cam. So there she is from the top. Coming down to her face. Very cute face. And I love the stars in her eyes as well. And the mole and the little star sticker on her cheek. And the teeth. The collar looks pretty good on her. And, you know, she's got the boobs. And the red, white, and black of the cheer outfit looks very good. There are a couple little pops of yellow as well. Got the nice thick thigh. And she is definitely exposing her backside. And when she does kicks, well, yeah, she will definitely be exposing underneath of her skirt as well. So yeah, I like Bae. I think she looks very good. She was expensive, I definitely will say that. So let's go ahead and zoom back out. And we'll just do some spins and close this off. Put my glasses back on, move stuff around so I can read my notes. So, this is Bae. She is from Goddess of Nikke, or Goddess of Victory Nikke, aka Nikke. This is a 1/4 scale B-style freeing non-bunny. Bae released on November 25th of 2025. She does have a partner figure in clay, which is also expensive and big and everything. And I don't quite like her as much as Bae, so that's why I only got the one for now. In the future, who knows? I got her brand new at Good Smile Company. I paid $276.99 plus $34 for flat rate shipping. It came UPS. Tariffs were $55.40, and then the $15 UPS fee. I I bought the fake grass at Amazon. I got a 2-pack of 12-inch square pieces of fake grass. That cost me $8.99. So grand total for Bay and the grass, I paid $390.38. Without the grass, she would have only been $381.39. Like I said, she was also available at Ami Ami. There was a B plus B at the time when I ordered her, but now that was gone. So for AB and everything together, it would have cost $401.99 for everything. So I did save a little bit, and I got her a lot quicker than ECMS shipping would have been. So yay. Anyways, like I said, this is Bay. I am happy with Bay. She is a nice thick cheerleader. She is tanned. You might even call her chocolate. Yeah, I think she looks good. I am happy with her. I'm happy, boy. Happy Miralda. Anyways, I'll see you soon. I got more figures on order, but they probably won't be here for a while. Unless I, buy something sneaky again. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I'm rambling. I'm out. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.